You want to learn a new hobby this year? Create beautiful things for yourself and your friends? Well, fiber arts may be a good place to start. It's more than just knitting or crochet. The Woodland Weavers and Spinners Guild is hoping to share their gifts with the community at its Textile Education Day. Jocelyn Shaw, she is the TED co-chair, talking felting, weaving, spinning, and more. Jocelyn, thanks so much for being here.
Hi, nice to be here. Thank you.
Let's talk about this event. This is the second time you guys have done this.
Yes.
Obviously, last year, very successful.
Very successful, yes. We, I have my little sheet. We had 24 classes with 106 spots and 16 instructors. This year, we've added a few classes, so we have 29 and 160 spots with 19 instructors. And as of today, we have only 3 spots open.
Right? So it was so popular yes, that everybody wants to get on in this for good reason. Let's talk about some of the things that you're teaching people how to do, because these are things that may be really foreign to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some of the things you brought and the things that people can learn.
Well, this is the biggest one that I have here, and it's called an inkle loom, and it makes narrow bands. So this was made on it.
Okay.
And so is this. And this is pretty much the widest thing you can make on an inkle loom.
Okay, perfect. And then some beautiful scarves.
The scarves, these 2 scarves were done on a rigid heddle loom, which is a bigger loom. Okay. It's considered a more simple loom than a harness loom because it only has 2 shafts. Okay. But you can do a lot of hand manipulation with it to get a lot of patterns. Okay. But it's a really great loom to start on if you think you're going to like weaving, because they aren't terribly expensive.
Okay, that's good to know. And so, and how accessible are some of these, things to do? The one class that you have felted soaps here. Yes. There's actually soaps inside of these. So let's talk about felting, because there are lots of felting classes too.
Yes. Well, felting, you take wool and you pierce it with little needles, and it creates felt. There's dry felting and wet felting, and one is done with water and one is done with the little needles. And apparently these soaps are just wonderful. We sell a lot at our sales, and when you have a soap and it gets really small, you can't use it anymore.
Sure.
You can still use it until it's almost gone with one of these, because it's not going to melt away.
Oh. So cool, something that you just never think of. Mm-hmm. And then we could talk a little bit about the beading too, because this is,
that's called kumihimo.
Okay.
And it's done on either a round or a square disc.
Okay.
They're fairly inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon, and they're a lot of fun. You put the threads on in a certain pattern and then move them across, and it creates this little braid-like thing.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So the samples, these are all with beads.
Okay.
And then these are just with fiber.
Okay.
And there's this one too.
Well, let's talk about the Guild and what you do all year long, because while there are only a couple spots available for this event, you guys have sales and other things really to share your love of what you do.
Yes. We have a sale coming up, I believe, in April. It's with the Potters Guild.
Okay.
And that's a fairly small sale, one day. Okay. And then we have a big sale in December, and that is a 2-day event. And we are at the Donnelly Center again this year. And we have a vast variety of things, because the members of the Guild are incredibly talented. And we don't just all do weaving or all felting. We have spinners, we have people who do art, who make paper, yarn out of paper and do art with it. You can get housewares, you can get textiles, you can get clothing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Wonderful. And what is it about it that you love? What do you love about this?
Oh, it's very mindful. And once you learn how to do it, it's relaxing. Okay. I mean, when you're learning, it's a new skill.
Yeah.
But once you learn it, it's very relaxing. And although it seems like every time you put the shuttle through, it's the same. But each one is a little different, and you have to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So it gives you something to just focus in on and
I love that.
And do it calmly.
I love that. Well, so there's a couple spots available if people want to do the felted soaps. There's also some wait lists too, so I don't know how many people might cancel at the last minute, but there are a couple wait lists you can put your name on as well.
Yes.
No one's canceling, but I'll put your name on there anyway.
But
worth a try.
If they go to our website, you can sign up to get our newsletter, and then you'll know when our next one is.
There you go.
Get on it right away.
So be in the know for the sale. You meet some other people. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. So the Textile Education Day, or TED, coming up February 1st at the Donnelly Center in Aquinas. It's from 9 to 4:15. It's $10 a class. wwas.info to learn more. We'll be right back.